everybody, and welcome back to Children's Miracle Network Telethon. I'm Mike Hartsock along with Cheryl McHenry and Nancy Wilson, and we are back to do this again. We're going to be with you for a few more hours tonight, and then most of the day tomorrow. What we need from you is to pick up the phone, get our operators busy, give us a pledge so we can help the kids here in the Miami Valley.
That's right. You know, this is our 32nd year that WHIO TV Channel 7 has carried the Children's Miracle Network, and you have helped us raise millions of dollars for this hospital. That's helped a lot of kids, maybe your own, including all these ambassadors on the phone bank. So you're going to see those phone numbers popping up, 641-5959, or you can call out of the area, 1-888-746-KIDS. Give us a call because they are ready to take your pledge.
And of course, we can't go without thanking Moore's Home Furnishings and Sam's Club for helping us with our tote board and the beautiful set this year.
And
always looks lovely.
You stay with us the rest of the night and then most of the day tomorrow as you learn some amazing stories about kids here in the Miami Valley. And to me, one of the most amazing stories is the fact that if for some reason you find yourself needing to bring a child here to Dayton Children's, if you can't afford to pay, then they'll take care of that because all of the money that you pledge here in the next couple of days stays right here to help kids in the Miami Valley.
And just about everybody you know has some kind of connection to Dayton Children's. They've either had their own child here or the neighbor's child or somebody. So it's like buying a bit of insurance by picking up the phone and making a pledge. I think we're going to take a look at what we made last year thanks to your generosity. $2.5 million.
So we've got our work cut out for us, and you have your work cut out as well because we need your help. We don't care if it's $5, $10, $50, $100, whatever. We just need you to pick up the phone, give us a call. I always like to say this, you know, it's Saturday night. Give us a call right now. Get that phone call out of the way so you can have the rest of your weekend. We don't care if you'll watch us all weekend long or not. Give us your call right now. You're done.
Yeah, the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow.
It is.
We want you to enjoy, but we want you to call in your pledge.
And Nancy, keep in mind that all the money that you donate stays right here at this hospital to keep it the best children's hospital in the entire region. We're lucky about that.
And whoever you are on that phone, you win. You're first.
Mike Dussadell's taking your call.
You're the first one to call. Our operators, by the way, are former ambassadors. We've got a lot of our former ambassadors down there. They're going to be answering the phones for the first hour or so here. So we want to keep them busy and keep dialing. I see only one person, only two people right now on telephone.
We'll get them busy, right?
Exactly. We need to start it right now.
All right. Shall we get to?
All
right. And we're mentioning that all the ambassadors are on the phone bank right now. These are former ambassadors. And we also have some current ambassadors from the 2013-2014. Christopher Rogers. And we also have Miss Megan Mays and Kaylee Crabtree. Now, Kelsey's running a little bit late. Kelsey Collins is the fourth one this year. Now, Christopher, being the only guy, what has this year been like for you being an ambassador?
Well, it's been pretty fun. I've always loved being able to represent this wonderful hospital.
So what is the biggest takeaway that you had this year while you were an ambassador representing Dayton Children's? What has this meant to you?
It's good to be able to give back to the hospital. It's given me so much.
Now, Megan, you and I made pretzels together at Auntie Anne's. Other than knowing what your future could be if anything else doesn't work out as a nurse, what has this year been like for you, Megan?
It's been really fun. I've had a really great time going and sharing my story with lots and lots of different people, especially at like different twig events and stuff. So just getting in front of a group of people that care so much about the hospital is really special, and it's been a really amazing year.
It has. Now, Kaylee Crabtree has been in and out of the hospital this year for some checkups and that sort of thing, and you may all remember her from the World of Hope, being a little tiny tot and now young lady. What has this year been for you?
It's been really fun because, like they both said, you get to give back to the hospital that pretty much saved your life, and it was just so much fun because you got to go to so many cool events, and you just got to meet so many different people that have helped out, and you get to give back to them.
Now, the phones are really quiet right now. What would you say to get the phones ringing, Kaylee?
If you call, that means more money to help save children's lives and more money to help buy life-saving equipment, so everybody that walks in that door can get the good care that they need.
What for you, Megan? What would you do right now to get the folks to call right now? It's Saturday night. Mike says a lot of folks should call right now before they forget to. What would you tell the folks out there watching?
I think just basically what Kaylee said, your call can save lives. So instead of just sitting there, pick up the phone and give us a call.
And the number 641-5959. Now you, Christopher, I'm sure you've got lots of young ladies who are watching you here on TV tonight, and you might want to appeal to them. How would you get the phones ringing right now? You see all these former ambassadors, young people who've done the same thing you've done. So what would you do to get their parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles to call?
Well, like I said last year, if you help us, we can help you.
Well, that's very well said. Now, these young folks are going to be modeling this year's version of the T-shirts, and they've participated in a lot of different events throughout the year. What was your favorite event, Christopher?
I would say the Harley-Davidson concert with Uncle Cracker.
Now, does that inspire you to want to get a hog one day?
No.
Well, if you did and something happened, you could always come back to Children's, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why it's always good. Now, Christopher, and also we've got Megan and we got Kaylee. Now, you are going to go into nursing, is that right?
Yes, at the University of Cincinnati.
And what inspired you to want to go into the medical profession?
I think just my experience at Children's Hospital. I had some really great nurses and a great team of professionals that helped me while I was staying here. So I'm excited to give back and to kind of be that figure that those people were for me.
Now, Christopher, that's a good point. Why is it important to give back? Now, you've been in this hospital many times. It might be easy to say, boy, I just want to leave and not come back. But you guys come back over and over again. Why is that so important?
Well, it can help you maintain. It's what once they can get you up to that level, they always want to keep you at that level and better.
And what would you say to some kids out there who might have to have some testing or something about Dayton Children's?
It's all going to be okay.
There, see? Right there. It's all going to be okay. Now, we've also got Miss Kelsey Collins, who is here as well, and she is one of the four ambassadors. We'll see her. She's running just a little bit, probably doing her hair. You know how that works. So the kids will be with us throughout the entire telethon today and tomorrow. They'll be modeling some shirts, and you can see all kinds of great stories going on with these kids. Now, Christopher here was born with cystic fibrosis, a disease he will have all of his life, but it doesn't stop him from doing what he loves.
Christopher Rogers is a very special young man. Despite the difficulties of living with cystic fibrosis, he still manages to lead a very active and fulfilling life. It was at the very young age of just 6 months that his great-grandmother noticed there was a problem.
His great-grandmother actually would watch him for me, and she would call me at work and tell me that he was having trouble breathing during the day, and so he would go to the doctor at night, and we knew something wasn't right. We just had no idea what it could be. And then he was diagnosed with asthma. Christopher at 6 months was at Children's, and the doctors had him tested for cystic fibrosis because he had no idea what cystic fibrosis meant or how it was going to affect him the rest of his life or what we would have to do as far as medicines, treatments, care. Anytime I've ever had a question, I would call the clinic at Children's Hospital, and they would always have an answer. If not, the doctor would personally call me back within a couple hours. And I mean, they're just great staff.
It's a disease that affects the entire body, from the digestive system and poor absorption of the nutrients in your food. But it mostly affects your respiratory, and it increases the amount of mucus in your lungs, and it makes it harder to breathe.
The mucus and the secretions are really thick, and it affects their breathing and their airway. And so he wears a vest, and it shakes him and helps keep the mucus and everything from forming.
And it's a very routine life. You always have to do the same thing over and over. Start my vest, sit down, just wait for it to be done. Same thing, morning and night.
Luke, I am your father.
He was having some trouble breathing, and I kind of noticed that. One time I took him to karate, and I noticed that he just wasn't quite right. The doctors were kind of concerned because he hadn't been in the hospital for 7 years. So they were just kind of, it's time for a tune-up, and which I agreed. And I think after Christopher went through the IV therapy and everything, he realized that he also needed it. Even though as a teenager, it's no fun to be in the hospital, but He did it. Dayton Children's, they were there all the time. Whenever we needed them, I would call the doctor on call. They're just incredible staff. I mean, everyone is incredible from the clinic, whenever he was in-house. Everyone was just so helpful in his care and his treatment. He always wanted to take karate, and he started going and really enjoyed it. I mean, he's excelled. He's a brown belt now, and we do tournaments all the time, and he's going to international tournaments down in Florida and took a couple first places. I think it's very important when you have a lung disease to keep active, and then that way to stay healthier. So it's important.
Christopher was one of those ones that you could tell right away that he is on his way.
I love nunchucks and nunchucker freestyle. I'm the head instructor for the nunchucker. My sensei looks up to me when it comes to those.
Very rarely have I actually seen him get winded or anything because of the cystic fibrosis. He never mentions it. As a matter of fact, when I tell people that he has CF, they're like, no. It's like, yeah, he does. But he never lets on about it, never complains about it. He's going to make a very good black belt.
Christopher is very dedicated to what he does, and he just took it all in, and he can't wait to be a black belt. That being an ambassador has helped him realize that he's not the only one out there. There's other kids out there that have other issues. Dayton Children's Hospital has been incredible. We need places like that to take care of our children, and I would not hesitate to ever take my child there.
And once again, we are back with Christopher Rogers and his lovely mom, Meredith. And I noticed that you were telling me when we were off there, you got a little battle wound here, a little nunchuck accident, I take it?
It was actually a sparring accident.
Did you win?
No.
But you do enjoy most everything that all the other kids do. So having cystic fibrosis, for you, Christopher, is just probably something you've never known anything else, have you?
No, ma'am.
So you're telling us in your video that you do treatments twice a day, and that's just part of who you are, right?
It's just a daily routine that I go through. I'm just so used to it, I don't even notice it.
Now, what do you tell your friends when you say, oh, I have to go take a treatment? How do you explain that to the kids you hang around with?
Most of my friends have already known about my cystic fibrosis. But those who don't, I go through the long and tedious process of explaining the disease and the effects.
And now that you've learned a lot about it, Christopher, are you ever worried about what your future will hold?
No. I'm sure that because Dayton Children's will be there.
There you go. Now, how about you, Meredith? You're the mom, and you've got another little boy, right?
That's my nephew.
Your nephew? Okay, so dealing with Christopher, he's always been very, very special. You two have a very special relationship. When you see him and how strong he is, and know that his life is almost normal, but it's not, how do you handle that?
It's always in the back of your mind, always. You just know something's not quite right, but have to treat him normal.
What do you hope for him?
The best, of course, like every mom. A good future, healthy.
And through his journey with cystic fibrosis and traveling here to Dayton Children's all the time, how has that changed you and made you a better person?
Well, you have to be strong to take care of a child that has a special need. It just makes you a better person because he's a special little boy.
Now, what do you hope for your future, hon?
Healthy.
Yeah.
And Grandmaster, of course.
A Grandmaster.
And I hope to become a nuclear engineer.
A nuclear engineer. Wow. Now, no. Yeah, so does Mike.
In your next life.
Just between us, that's not really going to happen there for Hartsock. But so where do you want to study someday?
Next year I'll be hopefully attending the Global Impact STEM Academy, and I know that the Ohio State University has a pretty good engineering program.
Wow, what do you think when you hear that, Meredith, about all these great dreams that he has? What do you hope for him?
I think it's great. I told him he has to take care of me when he gets older because I'm taking care of him. Yes.
Christopher Rogers and his mom Meredith here, and we'll look for you on. That's not UFC fighting, is it?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, wherever we'll look for him, Cheryl.
Thanks, Nancy. And let me say to Christopher, go Bucks. Hey, guess what? It's my lucky night because I get to talk to the ice cream man, Drew Hilgeford from Dairy Queen. Yay. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and I'm going to talk to I told you guys I wasn't talking to you, but just tell me your names real quick.
Eric
And
Alex.
Alex and Eric, and you're holding a check that we're going to unveil shortly. And Drew, I know that Dairy Queen does a lot to help Dayton Children's and contribute. Tell me a little bit about the special day you have every August.
The biggest one so far across the country is Miracle Treat Day, where all the proceeds from all the Dairy Queen owners donate all the money for the sales that day, and all of that goes directly to this Dairy Queen, this hospital right here.
I'm thinking blizzards. Is it all treats, or is it just those
It's
wonderful
all blizzards by the thousands. So I think last year we're about national about $4.5 million just in blizzard sales in one day, all for the CMN.
That's tremendous. And you have 2 Dairy Queen stores locally, and they're located where?
On Smithville and Airway.
Okay, doing a good job. I know you got involved with Dayton Children's before your son had an issue. Tell me about that.
We first started, when I was 16 years old. I worked at the Dairy Queen, and we were still at Channel 7 doing this, and I was answering phones. And, you mentioned earlier the insurance policy. So we encourage everybody out there to call now because it came back to us. Our first child, no medical problems, was born, and they rushed him straight to Children's. He stayed his first 3 weeks at Dayton Children's. 14 surgeries later, he's doing great. So great place. So
that's a lot of surgeries. Yes, it is.
It's not only how they took care of him, but they took care of our family too. And coming here today, my daughter couldn't be here, but she wrote a note thanking Children's to the lady at the front door that gives the stickers out.
Oh, because she's the most important of all.
That is right. But that's how Dayton Children's, they hit the whole family. They really take care of everybody out there. And from being out here and collecting money and doing all these fundraisers for Dayton Children's for all these years, it came back to help our family. It's going to help your neighbors' kids, your grandkids later on. You just don't know. So, all the Dairy Queen owners are so proud to be here, and I'm here to represent them, and it's an honor, and I'm humbled to be able to do this for them today. And, anytime I ask for some help, they're here. Dayton Children's, Debbie, she knows. She calls us. We cannot say no. And we're proud to be here. We just love this place.
And we're always glad to see you guys come. Okay, Eric and Alex, I think it's time for the big reveal. Let's see this check, shall we? $19,000. Did you see that? You guys could be on Let's Make a Deal or something. That was terrific. Almost $20,000. That's tremendous. I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, it's a lot of dedication from the owners, and we have to thank all of our customers. A lot of this money comes directly from them. We got good, loyal people out there, and we're proud of our Dayton customers. So.
Well, I can't think of a better thing to do than buy a blizzard and also contribute to Dayton Children's. And since we can't give you a blizzard through the TV set, give us a call, make a donation, and be sure and go to Dairy Queen. When is the Miracle Treat Day this year?
It's coming up in August.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll be there. Hey, guys, you did a great job. Thank you. Let's go over to Mike.
All right, Cheryl. When you think about how many years we've been doing this here at Dayton Children's, prices change like every 6 months or sometimes every month, but prices don't change for some things. We've got the best bargain for you going because the Dairy Queen ice cream cake and the T-shirt modeled by Kaylee, Megan's holding the cake, these things haven't changed in price for years. $25 donation gets you the Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And check this out. We finally figured out, after 3 decades of doing this, we finally figured out how to do a fake cake so it's not going to melt under these hot lights, with one exception. Yep, the icing is still real. The icing is good. It's real. $25 donation for that. $35 donation. This is a great T-shirt, too. If you look at the T-shirt, it starts with 1983 at the top of the balloon. It goes to 2014 at the bottom of the balloon, counting down every year. That's $35. This is $25. My Waynesville math tells me that's $60. You donate $60, you get the T-shirt, and you get the cake as well. Cheryl, let's go over to you.
Okay. Well, I'm making some new friends over here, Mike. And you are?
Dr. Hines.
And you are?
Tim Cochran.
And?
Sherry Jenkins.
Are you really a doctor?
Try to be.
Okay. You guys are from the New Carlisle Eagles, and you're with the Eagle Riders. Tell me what that is, Doc.
Well, it's members of the Eagles that are got bikes and stuff. Then they joined the Riders. Then we got several things we do throughout the year. And the one we did here for this one was the Easter egg hunt ride.
Okay.
It's like a poker run. And each place we go to, we hide 100 Easter eggs at each place, and it's adults hunting Easter eggs. And it's funny
with motorcycles.
Right, yeah.
I like it. I haven't done it, but I think it sounds kind of cool.
It's funny to watch. It's a bunch of adults. Looks like kids out there trying to find Easter eggs. And so we ended up raising this money on behalf of this poker run. Plus, we had some contributions made.
Okay.
And they were in behalf of, well, the Eagle Riders are about people helping people. That's what that's what they're all about. And this was all made possible on the lower half of the little VFW 9966 in New Carlisle, and Fraternal Order of Eagles 3491 and its members. Then the Eagle Riders, and then we got the Agenbrog Vet Clinic, and then the auxiliary of 3491.
Well, that's tremendous. We thank all those fine people. And so, Tim, how much did you come up with? Or should I ask Sherry, since you've got the check?
Yeah, I got the check. We got $2,000 to give today on one poker run, and we would like to continue this run and make it bigger and more widespread and get some more other Eagles involved and hopefully give you more next year.
Well, thank you so much. I think you did a great job for your first year. I'll let you put that balloon on the balloon board. And just real quick, Tim, why should people help Dayton Children's?
They do a good thing. I had a niece. I had a baby daughter. Was a week old, had leukemia, and they brought her to Dayton Children's Hospital. She's, I think, 9 years old now. And
that's wonderful.
So it's a good call. I mean, we're people helping people, so we need to start out helping the little people first, and then
help the little ones first.
That's right, because they grow to be big people, and then they ride motorcycles and go hunt Easter eggs. Thank you all very much for coming in tonight.
We'd like to encourage all the riding clubs and the bikers out there, call in and make your contributions.
Okay, well said. Let's go over to Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. And some of those little people that he was mentioning start out in this very unit right here. Josie Dickey is a NICU nurse, newborn intensive care unit. Now, Josie, this is one of the giraffe beds I think a lot of folks may have heard about, but they've never really seen before. So tell us a little bit about this and how many lives it's saved.
I can't even begin to imagine how many lives we've saved with these. It's a wonderful piece of equipment that is not cheap. They cost about $50,000. And in 2011, I believe we had 11 donated to us from the Women's Health Board. And these help so much with not only the staff, but the babies. It takes so much stress off the babies. We're able to actually raise this whole top up, which is why it's called a giraffe bed.
Why don't you come over on this side so maybe that folks can see it? Yeah, okay, so go ahead.
This whole top raises up so that when we have to do a procedure that may be stressful for the baby to have to move them into a different bed, we won't have to do that with this. We just raise the top, we can get more access to them, and then just be able to close it back up when we're done. And so it's much easier on the babies, it's easier on the staff. It just helps so much with their care.
And these are fairly new pieces of equipment, right? So let's say 10 years ago, some babies may not be with us today without these giraffe beds, right?
That's true. With all that we had to do in order, before we had these, we had to take these very, very sick and tiny babies, take them out of this bed into the cold air. It's nice and warm and humidified in here for the really tiny ones. Had to take them out of these to put them in an open bed. That puts a lot of stress on them, and then have to put them back over. And it takes a lot out of them to have to do all of that besides the procedure that we had to do in the middle.
And you say that this equipment costs around $50,000?
Yes, for each bed. Each bed is around $50,000.
So, I mean, how many beds do we have upstairs right now? One more time?
I believe we have 11 that were donated.
And you would not want to be the decision that you would have to make, okay, which baby should be in this bed and which baby should not. So the more money we raise, the more of these beds we can have, and so that way there's no decision like that, right?
Absolutely, because we have, I'm sure there would be times we have too many, tiny babies come in, and we do have to decide which is the sickest that has to get this bed. So.
All right, Josie's with us. So call 641-5959. Take that decision out of their hands. You never know when the baby that needs this NICU giraffe bed could be yours. Mike?
And Nancy, when you make that phone call, one of our former ambassadors is going to pick it up and answer it for you. You can't see all of them right now, but we've got Katie, and we've got Bailey, and we've got Devin, and we've got Casey, and we've got Awo, and we've got Matt, and we've got Mike, and we've got Courtney, and we've got Emily, and we've got Patrick. I think I get everybody right down the line there. These are our former success stories, and Devin. Right? Yeah, well, Devin's my buddy here, and Devin is going to take my job over when I'm ready to retire, which might be, I don't know, 6 months from now or something. But Devin's going to school over at Ball State, and what are you going to study?
Digital sports production and broadcasting.
Wow, you sucker, I tell you what.
Hey, I got to make the Channel 7 sports side of things look really good. It's looked pretty bad for the past few years, so.
Devin. Casey, what am I going to do with somebody like that?
I can't tell you. I've tried for years. I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, phones aren't ringing yet, Casey. You may have answered one call so far, but we need to get them moving here. What do you say to people and to get them to call?
You have to call in. I mean, without this place, I wouldn't be here. And seeing my phone's ringing now, so I'm going to let Devin grab that. And just please call in. I come back every year for this place because they did so much for me. So make sure they're still here to do more for more children down the road.
Casey, thanks. We're going to skip down here a few. Mike Dossadell's down here. And Mike, what's up with you lately?
Not a whole lot. I actually just got out of here.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You just got out of here a little bit ago.
Can't keep myself away.
Yeah, you know, that's the attraction kind of thing. You know, Mike, you've been in and out for a number of years, and so you know this place as good as anybody that's sitting here. What is it about this place that makes it so special?
Oh, I mean, there's so many things. A lot of it has to do with just the phenomenal staff. I know every time I'm in here, they just work so hard to make it such a welcoming environment for everybody. I mean, you walk in here and there are just kids that are going through so much that, you know, are facing things that most of us can only imagine. And they're doing it with such a, you know, wonderful attitude. And a lot of that has to do with the nurses and the staff here.
When you're not being treated here, what are you doing?
You know, go to UD, so play guitar, you know, just try to keep things entertaining for myself.
All right, go Flyers. Give Mike a call. Give them all a call down here. And Cheryl, over to you.
Okay, wait a second. I'm taking a call. Hello? Are you making a pledge? Oh, that's Whitney's phone. Okay. Well, I have with me from Ollie's Bargain Outlet, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name is?
Justin Schmidt.
And this is?
Emily.
And we've already met the lovely Whitney. Hi, Whitney. How are you? I hope we can get a close-up of her because she's got the prettiest blue eyes. And first of all, let's talk about why you became involved with Dayton Children's and Children's Miracle Network. Was it because of something that happened with Whitney?
Yes, ma'am. When Whitney was born, she had an arachnoid cyst developing in her brain. We didn't know it until she was about 3 months old. At 3 months, she started having some symptoms. We brought her in here, and they took great care of her, great care of us. She was in here for a whole month, and it was just a wonderful experience. Couldn't ask for better treatment.
Emily, that had to be scary when you just have this tiny little baby who's having basically brain surgery.
Yes, it was very nerve-wracking. Very bad.
But it came out all right?
Oh, yes. We're very happy with the outcome.
Well, she looks great. And what did Ollie's Bargain Outlet do? You've got stores in where? Sydney and Springfield?
Sydney, Springfield, and down in Centerville. We call it our Dayton store. That's the one I'm from. What we've done there is we ask every customer as they come through to donate to the program, and they've been very good. They've really helped us make a difference in this program.
What do you think people want to donate to Dayton Children's?
I think anytime you put the word children's anything, they just want to make the donation. It comes right out.
Okay, well, I'm eager to see this check that you brought with you, Justin. How much?
Right. We've got a check for $3,811.12.
We like that 12 cents, too. I'm going to take this from you, and you can put that balloon on the balloon board. And I thank you for coming in. And Whitney, are you taking any pledges on that phone? Can I talk on your phone? Could you put it next to my ear? Hello? Oh, you're taking the pledge. Okay. Well, call Whitney right now. The number's on your screen. Make a pledge, and you'll help more children like Whitney. Very good. Good job, guys. Let's go to Nancy and Mike.
Let's raise some money, Nancy.
I like that thought, Mike.
Miracle Match Time. This is a 2-minute match time where anything you call in and pledge for the next 2 minutes will be doubled by our friends at Handyman Ace Hardware. We already talked about the deal because the cake and the shirt hasn't gone up in price. This is the best deal. Go on.
I think this is great. So should we get the former ambassadors to stand up?
Everybody
until they
stand
answer their
up
phone?
that's not on a phone. not on a phone, stand up, which is only, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you here. So let's get them sat down. Now, believe it or not, Courtney was standing because she's just not tall enough to where it looks like she's standing.
Ouch.
But now the rest of them are okay. We got Casey, we got Devin, we got Bailey, and we got Katie still standing. So give us a call right now. Even if we get everybody seated, Nancy, we're going to still continue it for the next minute and 15 seconds.
And if the phones are busy, keep calling back and keep trying to get through. We would be happy to take a check. We'll take Visa, MasterCard, whatever you want. And don't forget the T-shirt and the Dairy Queen cake as incentives, right?
Anything. And there we go.
Yes.
Everybody is seated. But like I said, continue to call because anything that you donate in the next 55 seconds, that match will be doubled thanks to Handyman Ace Hardware.
And that's what we love, these phones to be ringing. And we're just starting our telethon for this year. We got a long ways to go and quite a goal from last year's amount of money that we raised.
Yeah,
so,
$2.5 million.
Yes. And every dollar you donate, don't forget, stays right here at Dayton Children's.
All right, we're closing in on 30 seconds to go, so keep those phones ringing. Awo just answered hers again, so if you can't get in, Mike Dossedel's not talking to anybody. Give him a call. There you go.
There he is.
Dossedel's got his phone, so keep calling. 20 more seconds. We get your phone call. We double your pledge, and if it's $60, you get the ice cream cake and you get the T-shirt as well.
But we'll take any amount, and it will be matched up to $1,000 thanks to our friends at Handyman Ace Hardware. And this is always an exciting time of the telethon.
2, 1. Thank you very much to Handyman Ace Hardware for keeping our operators busy. And I think now it's time to check the tote board for the first time. Let's see where we start.
Let's see how we're doing.
We started $34,642. That's a nice start.
It is.
But nice isn't very good. We need better than nice, so we need you to pick up the phone and give us a call.
Remember, all the money that you pledge stays right here and helps kids in our area, maybe your own. So please pick up that phone and call now. You'll feel so much better doing that.
You will.
You will, and do it tonight before you go to bed, and that way you'll have sweet dreams, I guarantee.
And you have all day off tomorrow. It's going to be a great day, so give us a call right now.
We'll be back.
For over 30 years, children